6:48, time now for the morning rush. The aunt of a little girl who died after CYFD placed her back in the care of her parents is speaking out. When Estrella Montoya was born with drugs in her system, her great aunt, Becky Davis, fostered the baby and her 7-year-old brother. CYFD put the kids back with their parents. Not long after, their mother, Vanessa Chavez, is accused of killing Estrella. CYFD says it took disciplinary action against the staff involved in that case. Police are investigating the death of a UNMH employee after they were hit by a car last night. The crash happened near Lomas and Stanford. The victim has not been identified at this time, but a spokesperson for UNMH confirms they worked for the hospital. It's unclear if there are any suspects. A Las Cruces police officer is now on leave following a shooting that left one man dead. According to LCPD, around 6 o'clock yesterday evening, officers responded to reports of an aggressive man threatening customers and staff at the Chili's restaurant on Telshore Boulevard. Police say the first officer on scene perceived 50-year-old Philip Adrian Moyenito to be a threat and shot and killed him. Ryan.
Partly to mostly cloudy today and a little bit breezy aloft, but most likely that green flag will persist throughout Balloon Fiesta this morning. This afternoon, warming up to 78, seasonal and humid, not too breezy, enjoyable weather up until this weekend where it will be stormier and windier.
Durango police are raising awareness about domestic violence after a shooting that left 2 women dead. Police say Shelby Campbell and Emma Sims were shot and killed by Shelby's estranged husband, Bradley Campbell, who then turned the gun on himself. Both women died from their injuries. Campbell is still on life support. The DPD has responded to 91 domestic violence incidents so far this year. Another driver is facing charges for a suspected street race that ended in a fiery crash. Farmington police tried to stop 2 street racers last month when they fled and crashed. The driver, 27-year-old Reese Berthold, is now charged with aggravated fleeing, racing on highways, and more. Another driver, Kaylin Kenworthy, was also charged. Ryan.
And Balloon Fiesta looking pretty good this morning, as we'll likely see a box effect. Those easterly winds aloft have actually subsided, so if those balloons can get up despite the dampness this morning, we'll see those balloons twisting more to the northeast, about a couple thousand feet above the surface. And we'll see, though, clouds, rain activity, and windy weather this weekend.
A North Valley youth athletic training facility is recovering from a fire. The lab is a longtime sports business that coaches young athletes. Owner Jimmy Gallegos began his business nearly a decade ago and is now mourning the loss of his hard work. The facility will remain closed while fundraising and repairs are underway. The Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office is asking for your help as they search for a missing woman. 24-year-old Savannah Lujan was last seen around 11 in the morning on Sunday near Sunset and Osage. She's described as 5'2" with black hair and brown eyes. If you have any information, you're asked to contact BCSO. Ryan.
And taking a look at traffic right now, looking a little bit busier out there as we are dealing with light to moderate slowdowns occasionally. Looking right now at the Big I, we do notice that looking at I-25, traffic is starting to slow down below the speed limit, but no major incidents. We'll have more updates later on.
Changes are coming to the Duke City Marathon. The city of Albuquerque is now the presenting partner for the annual race. The course will still start and end at Civic Plaza. The course will take runners down on Rio Grande Boulevard and through Los Ranchos and Old Town. The race is scheduled for October 19th.
And now it's time for the 5 facts. And number 5, changes are coming to the Duke City Marathon. The city of Albuquerque is now presenting partner for the annual race. The course will still start and end at Civic Plaza. The course will take runners down Rio Grande Boulevard through Los Ranchos and Old Town. There will also be more entertainment and runner encouragement along the route. This year's Duke City Marathon is set for October 19th and will feature 7 races. More than 4,000 runners have already registered, and the registered ends in a few days.
And number 4, harmful algae blooms have been found in 3 more New Mexico lakes. The Environment Department says these blooms are located at Quemado Lake, Snow Lake, and Hopewell Lake. Earlier blooms are found at Charette Lake, Clayton Lake, and Lake Maloya. These kinds of algae can be blue, light green, brown, or red in color, and they can produce toxins that are harmful to people and animals.
And at number 3, more clouds, more rain activity in the Four Corners. High elevation wet snow mixing in at Wolf Creek, Colorado, Mountain Peak. And we're going to be dealing with some clouds today. But elsewhere, warmer weather to the south, a little bit cooler to the north. Those clouds and rain activity will really dampen things down as we head to Saturday and Sunday. The flash flooding threat moving from the Four Corners throughout parts of west and southern New Mexico through Sunday. And then another batch of storms will really cool things off with the windier weather Monday.
And number 2, a North Valley training facility for thousands of young athletes is recovering from a damaging fire. The lab is a longtime sports business owned by Jimmy Gallegos, who also coaches kids in several different sports, including softball at La Cueva High School. Athletes and coaches expressed sympathy as the fire damaged what they consider to be a second home. Gallegos began his business nearly a decade ago, but is now mourning the loss of his hard work. The facility will remain closed while fundraising and repairs are underway. And at number 1, this morning we are hearing from the aunt of a little girl who died shortly after CYFD placed her back in the care of her parents. When Estrella Miracle Montoya was born in 2024, she had meth, cocaine, and heroin in her system. Estrella spent her first 5 months in the hospital. After she was released, her great aunt Becky Davis fostered Estrella and her 7-year-old brother after police had to break up a fight between the parents in the hospital. Nearly a year later, CYFD says the kids needed to go back to their parents. Davis says she told the caseworker over and over that it wasn't a good idea. Then, in August, Estrella died. Her brother telling police that his mother, Vanessa Chavez, slammed her into the wall, killing her. CYFD released a statement saying in part it took disciplinary action against the staff involved in the case after conducting an internal investigation and finding procedural deficiencies.